Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today is going to be my October to be read video. So these are all the books that I plan to read this month. I know that we're already in the almost middle of October, but hey, whenever I ever on time with these videos. Never, but anyway, let's get on with it. So yeah, these are some of the books that I plan to read this month, and I also have a couple on Kindle that I plan to read, so let's get on with it. I've actually already started reading one book this month, but I'm gonna tell you all about that later in another video, probably in my wrap-up for this month. But yeah, anyway, so this is in no particular order. And yeah, October I know is like, obviously I love October because it's like, for me that's a perfect month where it's like finally properly autumn, especially where I live, because even in September it can still be quite hot, and in October it's, even now, it's like quite warm. However, we have had days where it definitely feels more autumnal, and you notice that the seasons are changing, which I love. So yeah, in October and also during the autumn I really like to read cozy books, and yeah, different kinds. But I just like that vibe. If you want to have some recommendations about some of books that I recommend if you're looking for cozy reads, then you can check out my cozy autumn reads video. I'm gonna link it down below, because there I recommend some books that I really love for this time of year, if you're looking for that kind of reading vibe, I guess. But anyway, let's get on with this video, and I'm gonna talk about my reading plans for this month, and yeah. Alright, let's get on with it. So I have quite a few books that I want to read this month, like all of these, as I mentioned before. Let's start. So the first book that I want to read is The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. All I know about this book is that it's a YA contemporary, and I believe it follows a young girl, what's her name? Ashley, and this is set in 1992, and following, I believe it's some kind of what is it? Yeah, the after a police incident with a black man in 1992, she gets essentially labeled as one of the black kids in her school, and it's basically how she deals with it, and yeah, how she copes with this, I guess. And that's all I know, and that's all that I really want to know about it. But I really love this cover, and looks really intriguing, and already I'm liking the main character, so hopefully I'm gonna enjoy it. So yeah, so that's the first one that I plan to read. The second one that I plan to read is a graphic novel by Rainbow Rowell, and it's called Pumpkinheads. This will actually be one of my first graphic novels that I will ever read, and I'm really excited about it because it looks really good. I plan to read this probably on Halloween, or quite or like quite close to Halloween, because it's basically, all I know is that it's set in a pumpkin field, and I believe there's a romance, and I'm totally down for it, and like the artwork looks really cute, and like, yeah, so I'm really excited about it. So yeah, it will be fun. And then the next book that I want to read is series Moonlight by Jen Bennett. This book I've seen a lot a lot of like people talking about it on BookTube, and to be quite honest, I think I just picked it up just because of the cover, because it looks so cozy and sweet, and well, and I've also heard a lot of good things about it. All I know is that this is about a girl and a guy who, it's a YA contemporary, and it's about these two characters, a girl and a guy, who work, I think it's in a hotel or a restaurant, and basically they fall in love, but there's also kind of a light mystery going on. Like, I think there's something to do with the owner of the hotel or a restaurant, that there's something mysterious going on, and they're like kind of trying to solve it, and I'm totally down for it. But it's just, this whole cover looks so cozy and autumnal, and yeah, it looks so good. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one. And also the colors of this like cover is so pretty. I don't know, I've never read anything about from this author before, but I do recognize the covers of the other books, if you can see them here. But yeah, I can't wait to read it. It's just, I don't know, giving me all the cozy vibes, and that's what I want. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that's the next one. The next book that I want to read, which has been on my TBR for quite some time, that is The Labyrinth of Spirits by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I've had this book on my TBR for a very long time, and the only reason why I haven't read it is just because it is huge. It is a thick book. I think it's like 800 pages, but I really hope to get to it this month, because this is, I believe it's a final book in the Shadow of the Wind series, and I really love that series. It's basically about this boy and his father who are living in Barcelona during the Spanish Civil War, and it's really mysterious and it's kind of eerie feeling, and I love the story, and the writing is so beautiful, and I can't wait to get to it. Yeah, and I think it's perfect. This time of year is like the perfect setting for it, because it's kind of set in, I think, in the autumn, but also more in the winter, and at least the other books were. And yeah, it just sounds really good, and I'm kind of sad that this series is over, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this, definitely. Okay, so the next book that I have, well, the last physical copy that I have of the book is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, and this book has been also on my TBR for a very long time. Everybody is talking about it, and it has gotten a lot of good things being said about it. All I know is that it's essentially like kind of like the Breakfast Club idea, because I think it's about these 6 teenagers that are in detention and in high school, but then there's a murder and nobody knows who's done it, and it's kind of like who has done it, and they all have secrets going on as well. And yeah, I can't wait to read this. I don't really read a lot of like, well, I do read thrillers from time to time, but I definitely have been getting into more like YA thrillers or YA mystery books, because I don't know, just something that appeals me to them. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one as well. I also know that there's a sequel, and yeah, it sounds really good, but I just find it very fitting for this time of year, because I don't know, for some reason in autumn I'm drawn to like mystery novels, and I don't know, not really spooky, but yeah, mystery. And also it's got like sprayed red edges, and it's like all the autumn vibes. Yeah, so I really want to read that one as well. The next two books that I plan to read this month, well, I hope to read, I both have on Kindle, and the first one is Cemetery Boys, and I can't remember the name of the author. What is the name of the author? I'm gonna put a picture of it here, but I can't remember the name of the author right now. But it's called Cemetery Boys, and this is, I believe, a debut young adult novel, and it's the author is Latinx, and basically it's kind of like I think it is kind of like young adult fantasy about these boys, and I think they're cousins, and essentially they have like magical powers, and they decide to go and try to bring back to life one of the cousins. I think it's his friend, or is it his boyfriend, back to life. But when they do that, they accidentally bring back to life somebody else, and that's all I know. And it looks really cool, and I believe I've heard that this book has got a lot of good representation, because I think the characters are Latinx, Latin, I think, because they're called and they're referred to as brujos, so I'm guessing we're Latin. And I also believe that the main character is, I think he's transgender, or is he gay, or both. It could be both, I don't know, but I'm really excited for it, and the cover looks really cool as well. So I also think that's perfect for like this time of year. I mean, cemetery, boy witches, and like bringing somebody back to life. I mean, perfect for like spooky Halloween vibes. I mean, I don't know, I'm really attracted to it. I have to admit, the cover really attracted to me to it in the place, and I've heard a lot of good things, so yeah. Anyway, that one I'm really excited about. And the final book that I really hope to read, I also have on Kindle, and that is, I'm going to put a picture here, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And I can't believe I'm saying this, because if you saw my videos a while back, you would have seen me saying that I normally don't read a lot of YA fantasy, but I don't know, I've been getting really into the genre and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I don't know, so this is a YA fantasy. Wait, is it a... Yeah, I think it's YA. Yeah, I think so. And basically this is about a girl, her name is Addie LaRue, and she lives in this small French village during the 1700s, and all that I've heard about it is, I've heard a lot of good things, but from what I understand is that she essentially, when she's young, she makes a deal with the devil for her to become immortal and live forever. However, there's a catch, and she does not know this when she, signs up for this deal, but the catch is that she is immortal, but nobody will remember who she is or her name. But then one day, somebody like 300 years later remembers her name, and that's essentially what it's about. And I don't know, it just sounds really good, that story, like kind of mystery, and I don't know, I heard really good things about it, and I don't know, I've read a couple of V.E. Schwab's books before. I've read the Darker Shade of Magic books. Well, I've read the first one, and then I'm reading the second book right now, and I kind of actually really love her writing, so who knows, maybe I'll become a V.E. Schwab fan and read lots of YA fantasy. But I really want to read this book because, I don't know, that whole idea just sounds really interesting, and also I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it just seems like there's like some historical elements going on and this whole mystery, and I don't know, yeah, it sounds really good. So yeah, those are all the books that I plan to read in October. I know October has already started, but hey ho. Yeah, I'm really excited for all of these books, but yeah, and I don't know when I'm gonna read all of these. I think the ones that are more like Halloweeny or like kind of spooky vibes, maybe I'm gonna read closer to Halloween. I'm definitely gonna read like Pumpkinheads, this book, the graphic novel, like on Halloween, or like, yeah, well, that's my plan at least. Because yeah, it just sounds very appropriate. And no, I'm really excited for all of them. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read all of them, who knows, because I never know and I might change my mind. Just depends on my mood, to be honest, but those are my goals, or my plans, my intentions. And yeah, so please let me know down below what you are planning to read. Do you normally, like in October, I know a lot of people try to read like scary or spooky stories. Are you that kind of reader that like enjoy those type of books? I personally, I prefer more like mysteries, in case you can't tell from my books, or like cozy autumn reads. Yeah, I don't know, that's more my kind of vibe. But yeah, and yeah, don't forget to check out that video if you want to see my cozy autumn reads recommendations, because yeah, I have some books that I really enjoy and maybe you would like to. So yeah, anyway, please let me know what you're planning to read this month. And if you have read any of these books that I mentioned, please comment down below and tell me which one I should start with first, because I'm intrigued. Yeah, and that's it for this video. I hope that your reading is going well so far, and that it stays good for this month of October, and I hope that you're getting all the autumn vibes, because I don't know about you, but that's something that I really love. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And also, if you could please check out my Bookstrom account, which is at I'd Read More Books, that would be great. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I really hope that you're having a good start to October so far. And yeah, I don't know when this is gonna go up, but happy reading once again. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!